What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Nerd Rage. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to watch this video. Well, Nerd Nation, it's that time of year. Welcome to the start of Halloween Horror Days. Only here. Today, I thought I'd share with you my current but ever-expanding horror movie collection. By the end of this video, I think you'll be able to tell what my favorite genre of movie is. But, anyways, let's say we get started, huh? We have a classic to start off with. From 1954, 53, 54, Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is one of the Universal Monsters movies. I haven't seen all of them, but I have seen this one, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm not going to go too in-depth with these. I'm just going to show them off pretty much, and just say a couple things. Some of them, I'll completely honest with you guys. Some of the movies here, I haven't even watched yet. I've had them for well over a year, some of them. I just haven't watched them yet. But we're starting off with Creature from the Black Lagoon. And before I go any further here, I just want to say right now, I have just my DVDs. When I'm done with these, I'm going to go get my VHS tapes because I have a few on VHS. But let's continue. Next up, we have Predator triple feature. So this is Predator, Predator 2, and Predators 2010 movie. I'll show you here. There's Predator, Predator 2, and Predators. Predator, the first one, is amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies, favorite horror movies. Predator 2, in my opinion, kind of a sequel that didn't need to be made, but I appreciate it for what it is. And the 2010 one, Predators, is pretty good. I enjoy it. I have not seen The Predator yet. The new one that just came out like last month. I haven't seen it. I probably won't in theaters. That'll probably be a DVD thing. But yeah, anyway. Predator triple feature. And I'll be honest, I love this art. The sleeve art here. This is just great. It's awesome. Next up. Paranormal Activity collection. All 6 movies. The first Paranormal Activity is probably the best one out of the entire series. I like the other ones, but the first one is very good. Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's like most of them just didn't really need to be made. And it's something more like the company has something they succeeded with, and it's just like, hey, this worked for us. Let's keep going with it. It's one of those type things, and they have about 5 more movies than they needed. So, yeah, but Paranormal Activity collection. Next up, we have another classic. The Exorcist. Now, I'm sure in I think it's 79. I think it was 1979 this came out. In 1979, I'm sure this is terrifying. It's really not, though. But, again, that was 1979. It's a pretty good movie, though. The soundtrack is baller. Like, Tubular Bells, go listen to it. It's amazing. The Exorcist. Next up, let's put those in order here. Cloverfield. I like it. This movie got me into found footage style films. I don't think there's anything special. Yeah, there's nothing real special about the disc art there. But I really enjoyed this one. And like I said, it got me into found footage films. This is 10 years old. This came out in 2008. Next up, we have the sequel, 10 Cloverfield Lane. This is a good one. This is a good psychological one right here. I'll tell you what. John Goodman there, he plays a terrifying bad guy. Hollywood, you need to cast him in more scary people roles, because he was amazing in this movie. Next up, we've got kind of a disappointing movie, because, wow, The Medium is such a good idea for a horror movie, and they just messed it up so much. Chernobyl Diaries. Chernobyl is such a good medium, like I just said, for a horror movie. They have so much to work with, and they came up with this. It's a found footage film, but it's just disappointing. And yeah, I said, I don't know what word that was. I said I was going to be completely honest with you guys, and I am. I love horror movies. So when one is really bad, it's really bad. This is really bad. Like, every other word is a variation of the F-bomb. I'm not swearing on this channel. It's a family-friendly channel. I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, not every other word. I find that to be a bit excessive. But it's just a disappointing film. But yeah, Chernobyl Diaries. They need to remake that, but better. Next up, we have 1408. This, and I didn't know until last year, the year before, but this is actually based off of a Stephen King story. This is a very good psychological horror film. Once again, this is creepy and terrifying psychologically, not but yeah, very good. Next up, we finally have gotten to one of the ones I have not watched yet. Hannibal Lecter 2-pack. This has Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal. I've never seen either one, but yeah. That's it. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't tell you anything about it. Next up, another one I haven't watched yet. Still trying to figure out why I kind of got this. I don't really know. But friend request. It's kind of a... I don't even know what year it came out. 2017. I don't know. I'll be blunt right there. I don't know. That looks creepy though, right there. Yeah, that looks pretty creepy. I don't know though. I haven't watched this. Oh my gosh, I just realized, okay, if you look right there, at where my finger is, on my DVD case, I had like a whole section of horror movies. And there's more like at the, like, I'm sorry, I don't usually do this. Like down this way, because that's where I had most of these. I just like, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to watch it sometime. Next up, one that just came out this year, Annihilation. I remember the trailer looked amazing. I'm sorry if you can hear that oil truck going down the street. But yeah, it has Oscar Isaac from Star Wars, Poe Dameron, X-Men Apocalypse. He was Apocalypse. I don't know what else he's been in. But then there's Natalie Portman from Thor and Star Wars, and Black Swan and V for Vendetta. Oh, that's all I can think of. Anyways, I saw a clip from this on YouTube, and it was terrifying. It's just weird and creepy. And it's like, okay, I need to watch this movie. This came out in March on DVD, I think. I believe. No. Okay, that's not the point. I don't really remember when this came out on DVD, but I got it like a week or two after it came out at Goodwill for like $3. So there's that. Haven't watched it yet, but I really need to. Next up, another one I haven't watched yet. This one's called The Fog. I don't know, this sounds kind of interesting, but I don't know. But it does have, can we say it? Yeah. It does have Tom Welling from Smallville in it. He played Clark Kent. He also played some dude on Lucifer. I forget. He was a detective. Oh, I forget what his name was. Anyways. It's kind of creepy-ish box art. Anyways. Let's get going. Next up. One that I haven't watched since I've owned it on DVD, but I have seen it before, and that is The Grudge. This was, early, mid 2000s, 2005. And I'll be honest, it's been quite a while since I watched it. I don't really remember what it's about too much. I think it's about a curse. Yeah, they go to work in Tokyo, and it's like a curse, I think. Anyway, Sam Raimi directed it. Yeah, directed, I think. Something. He did Spider-Man and Army of Darkness. Anyways, it was kind of a creepy movie last time I watched it. But it's probably not anymore. Next up, we have The Woman in Black. And yes, that is Harry Potter there. It's actually kind of a good movie. Like, I mean, I first heard about this, I was just like, I don't really see Daniel Radcliffe doing a whole horror thing, but kind of a good movie. And it kind of works with him. It's been quite a while since I watched it. I think basically the gist of it is there's a house, and the woman who haunts the house, or the ghost or whatever, everyone that sees her dies. That's kind of a spoiler alert. But I think that's the basic gist of it from the last time I watched it. I have not seen the sequel, and I want to. But yeah, there's that. Next up, we have Poltergeist. This is the 2015 remake. It's pretty good. I like it. But nothing can beat the original Poltergeist from 1982. 82. This is a good one. I really like this one. And because this is me and I like weird crap like this, I also really like all the urban legends and stuff that surrounded this movie. Like, if you've ever watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about here. But the scene later on where, like, there's this giant hole in the ground because, like, I think the dad was gonna build a pool or something. I don't really remember, but like bodies start to come up, like dead bodies, like skeletons, and like the legend goes that those were like legitimate skeletons, and like the whole set was cursed because of it. Like, people died and stuff, and I'm weird like that, and I like crap like that, so I found that interesting. Says a lot about me, but yeah, that's a really good one right there, Poltergeist. Next up, this is a fun movie. Yeah. Krampus. This is a good Christmas horror movie. It's just fun and kind of creepy also. Also kind of sad. I won't tell you why if you haven't seen it. But it has Adam Scott from Parks and Rec. He played Ben Wyatt. But yeah, basically a Krampus is like German Anti-Claus. He beats naughty kids with like a tree branch and stuffs them into a sack, if I remember the legend correctly. But yeah, it's a pretty good film. Next up, we have the Alien quadrilogy. This has Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. Alien is an amazing movie. Like, so good. One of my favorite horror movies. Aliens is also really good. It's just too long. But what's cool about this is it actually came with these. They're like little prints and stuff from the first movie. So there's that one, which is really cool. That is, yeah, still Alien. I had to check. I really like that one too. And what's that? Yeah. I really like this one too, because you can see the human skull. Like, that was a legitimate human skull too. I really like that. If you'll remember though from a different video, I actually got like bigger versions of these two up at South. I cannot talk. Up at Sci-Fi ValleyCon. So those are really cool. Honestly, if I could find like bigger ones of these other two here, I'd get them because they're all really cool. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna put these back then, but the disc art is like so plain but cool. I don't know. Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. And I like the Queen Alien on the front here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we can do it that way. Okay. Next up is Alien Covenant. This just came out last year. I liked it. I thought it was okay. I'll be honest, it's been quite a while. I can't really tell you anything about it. Yeah, no. I like it. And I think it's... I honestly believe that these prequels are doing a good job at... I cannot talk. These prequels are doing a good job at world building for the Alien universe. I think it's pretty cool. And before that, we had Prometheus. For the longest time, I was so confused as to what this movie even was. Because I remember seeing trailers for it, and it's like, okay, it's oh, I dropped it. I was just like, oh, okay, it's a sci-fi movie. And then, like, at the end, they show the Neomorph. I think that's what it's called. I don't remember. And I was like, is this an alien movie? Like, not an alien movie, but an alien movie? You know, like the movie Alien. I had to try to express the different connotations there. There's alien and alien. Anyways, it is an alien prequel. So it's a good movie, though. Next up, we have The Forest. This is another good psychological horror film. It's about a woman who goes to Japan because her sister went missing, and she goes to look for her. She went missing in the suicide forest. And she went to look for her. It has Natalie Dormer, Marjorie Tyrell from Game of Thrones, right? Marjorie. Yes, Marjorie. But yeah, it's a really good film. I like it. Next up, we have another Stephen King one, and another disappointment. Children of the Corn. I'll be honest, I can't say it's a disappointment. Would you like to know why? It's so boring I didn't even finish it. This is a boring movie. I didn't even finish it. So I can't tell you if it's a disappointment or not. I wouldn't know. Yeah, it has Linda Hamilton from Terminator 2. That's all I've got for you on that one. Next up, we've got The Shining. I'm covering that. The Shining. This is a really good psychological horror film. Once again, I seem to be liking psychological films. No, it is really good, though. I really like it. Jack Nicholson. Yeah, they're coming out with a sequel. I think that's next year or 2020. I don't remember. It might be 2020. But I do have a Danny Torrance pop over there. That was another video. But I do plan to do a horror Funko Pop collection, so just stay tuned for that one. Next up, we have It, the original It, the 1990 one. I like this one. I know most people I don't think really do, but I did. I liked it better than Children of the Corn. Where are we here? It has Annette O'Toole. She played Martha Kent in Smallville, and she was also in Superman 3? I think it was Superman 3 with Christopher Reeve. Yeah, and it also has Richard Thomas, John Boy Walton from the Waltons. I thought that was funny. But yeah, I liked it. Next up, we have the Insidious trilogy. I've only ever seen Insidious 1. I haven't watched 2 or 3 yet. But I liked Insidious 1. I thought it was pretty good. And they do a thing that I've never really seen horror movies, well, not do a thing, that's kind of stupid sounding, but they deal with something that I've never really seen horror movies deal with before, and that's astral projection, which I think is just a really cool concept for a horror movie, so props to you. The funny thing is, this is directed by James Wan, and so are a couple other ones, I believe. But the same guy that's doing Aquaman. I find it funny. What else we got here? We've got Annabelle, Conjuring prequel, which I have not watched yet. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. So I've seen both Conjuring movies. I'm starting to realize that all these spin-offs and things aren't really needing to be made, because it's not like Annabelle, for instance. Like, it's not a main part, so they didn't really need to make the movie, or the other one, Annabelle Creation, or The Nun for that matter, which I didn't see. Probably will though on DVD, but they didn't need to make that. No, it doesn't do anything. I mean, if you've seen The Conjuring 2, you'll know what I'm talking about. But on the same note, we have The Conjuring. This is really good. I've noticed that I'm starting to really like psychological horror movies, but I also really like horror movies that are based on real events, happen to real people in real life locations, stuff like that. This movie is one of them. It's based off of Ed and Lorraine Warren, the people that investigated the Amityville house. Yeah, I like this one. And while we're on the same topic, I have The Conjuring 2, which I also liked. Both movies had good and bad things about them, as movies usually do. But yeah, there's both of them, so they were really good. Next up, another one I haven't watched yet. Don't Breathe. Yeah, I have not seen it. My friend described it to me as... What was it? I think he said it was basically like The Hills Have Eyes Too. I think that's the right movie, or is it People Under the Stairs? I don't remember. But anyways, yeah. Evidently, though, it's certified fresh. Next up, we have Get Out, which I also have not watched yet, but my friend said it was really good. So, yeah. I'll see for myself here. Next up, we have another classic. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Again, not a direct adaptation, but loosely based off of Ed Gein, who basically did the same things Leatherface does. So, look him up. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. So, next up, we have another. I guess this is a classic. What year did it come out? 71? Yeah. Clockwork Orange. I haven't watched it yet. Stanley Kubrick, though, so it's gotta be good, right? Next up, we have another one that just came out like last year. The Sandman. Now, I haven't watched it yet, and I've been meaning to, because I really want to know if this is based off of the Neil Gaiman comic, The Sandman. Because, I mean, is this the Marvel Stan Lee? Like, is this the same Stan Lee is what I want to know. But, I don't know, that looks pretty cool back there, right? I don't know. This probably won't be the best movie, but, I mean, it's gotta be good. This art's kind of cool. Next up, we have... it's a good psychological film. The Village. This is M. Night Shyamalan. Anyways. But evidently, like, he grew up in, like, Pennsylvania, where I live. If you're not from the United States or Pennsylvania, I'm just letting you know that's where I live. And like, like, this takes place in Pennsylvania. Like, it was filmed in Pennsylvania. But M. Night Shyamalan needs to stick to the creepy movie. No one likes The Last Airbender. Just saying. If you grew up watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, don't ruin yourself. Don't ruin your childhood by watching that movie. I'm just saying. Next up, we have the triple feature here. These are all TV films. We've got Behemoth, Roadkill, and Ferocious Planet. Out of these three, like, Roadkill is probably my favorite. Like, they're not that great. They're just TV movies. They're like, in my order, it would be Roadkill, Ferocious Planet, and then Behemoth. Although, the one thing Behemoth does have going for it is it does star William B. Davis, the smoking man from X-Files. Oh, excuse me. But, yeah, that would be my three, or my order. Yeah. I haven't watched this for a while either. But, I've done the DVDs, so let me go get my VHS tapes now. I just sat on DVDs. Okay, they're falling everywhere. Okay, we've got VHS tapes now. First up, we've got Blair Witch Project, which, not which, but which is a good psychological horror film. Came out the same year I was born, so it's like almost 20 years old. But yeah, it's good. This is also a found footage movie. And from what I understand, like what I've read and stuff, they approached it the same way as they did War of the Worlds, the radio broadcast of it back in the 30s. They didn't tell anyone that, like, this is fake. You know, like, people actually thought this was real. So that's a really cool concept. Next up, we've got The Ring, which I haven't watched yet, so I don't know. For some stupid reason, like, I'm really digging this clear case. I don't know. I know it's weird, but I don't know. I haven't watched it. Evidently, it's an American movie. American remake of a Japanese movie. So there's that. Next up, yet another one I haven't watched is Pet Sematary. Now I know they're coming out with a reboot next year, I believe, maybe? Next year or the year after. But yeah, I think the basic gist of this is there's a cemetery, and like, if you bury something dead in the cemetery, it comes back to life. I think that's the thing, or like the gist. I don't really know. Next up, we have the Mothman Prophecies. I love the urban myth or urban legend of the Mothman. Like, it's probably my favorite. And as we see here, based on true events again. But yeah, this is a great psychological movie. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you watch it. And then finally, for VHS tapes, we've got, again, from 1950s, 59? 59, yeah. We've got House on Haunted Hill. I really like this movie. It is a really good movie. It has Vincent Price in it. This is such a good movie, though. I can't really say anything else about it other than it is a good movie. Well, guys, that's all I have for you for that one. I've got a whole slew of other Halloween videos for you I'm really excited about, so I hope you are too. And, well, hey, until next time, remember, stay nerdy. See you guys.